Holy! Alright, let's go. Oh, I like that sound design. Sounds like aliens. Wow, 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 wow. Why is he in a plastic bag? Holy! I was not ready for that. That crazy low growl and then that fucking velociraptor scream. I've been trying to figure out how to do that for ages. I still don't know how. I mean, I kind of know how to make that sound, but I'm not sure if I'm doing it right. Holy shit, we gotta roll back. This is crazy. I was not ready for that. Holy shit. Wait. This is so fucking nasty. I love it. I want to listen to that riff again. I love how they kept like the dirty bits in. That added so much. I love it. Whoa. So much blood on her hands. Disgusting.
Fuck you entire piece of useless shit!
I did not know they could go any harder. Roll back. Wait, how many vocalists are there? Are they two? Yo, what the fuck? a freaking human being. Oh my god. Holy shit. Who sent this in? That was intense, Dr. Gerald. Thank you so much for sending this in. That is insane. Pharosi bloke, practice is the word that nobody wants to hear. But yeah, holy, how do you make a sound like that? That is insane. Wait, I gotta go back and listen to that again. Like, even that, like, how do you make that? I love the tone. I love the tone in this so much. It's so... There's so much harmonics going on in there. It's so good. But yeah, I know I said that, you know, practice is not the word I want to hear. I'm more interested in the anatomy and how you place, you know, the vocals and everything. There are 2 vocalists in it. Okay, that explains it. I was like, how can one person make all these noises? Like, it has to be combined somehow for it to be even more aggressive. 2 cracked people on one track. That is insane. This sounds so insane. I love the tone of this. I love how hollow it sounds. This is not just practice. Yeah, this is like... Yeah, honestly... You gotta practice, you gotta know the technique, you gotta have the anatomy for it, actually. Do you guys realize that these 2 blokes, they are both huge dudes? Anatomy actually does make a difference in the ability of someone making these noises. It just doesn't sound the same depending on... Oh my god. I love it. I love this so much! I love that one. Yeah! It's straight up just yelling really high. And then dropping back into fry. Ooh! That was amazing. But yeah, anatomy actually does matter more for the particular result than ability. Because you can get everything right and not be able to make the same sound because of your body shape or size, or maybe the shape of your throat. You know, me as a little tiny pigeon with a little tiny voice, it's not possible for me to get a sound as full as that, even if I get the technique right. Because another thing is like, so male voices, you guys have an Adam's apple and everything, right? So your voice has developed in a way, for people with like male anatomy, your voice has developed in a way where it can go a lot lower. And people with female biology do not have that. You know? But there are ways around it to kind of like manipulate the way that you know, you speak, you say things, and the way that you hold your vocal cords, and the way that you hold like your arytenoids, your false cords, and everything. So, when you have a developed Adam's apple, it's actually easier for you to make deeper sounds and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just a matter of anatomy. So, you know, females and female and male biology have like different parts of the body that get more developed. So for example, females have boobs, right? And males don't have boobs. So it's kind of that kind of thing that determines whether you are able to make a certain type of sound a certain way. Does that make sense? Yeah. I have such a hard time doing good screams and harsh vocals myself. Oh, usually it feels wrong and rough on my throat when I do, so I stop trying because... Okay, so here's the thing. When you first start screaming... I want to tell you something that maybe other vocal coaches would probably smack me for this, but I believe that vocal cords are very the human body can heal itself, you know? So when you try something, don't be afraid to try it, but if it starts hurting, you need to kind of like how do I put this? You need to know your own body. If it's starting to hurt, then you gotta stop. And you know that that's not right, so you gotta try something else. But if you accidentally kind of get yourself hoarse, with enough rest, with enough vocal rest and everything, you will be absolutely fine. So, don't be afraid to try things, but be careful of your limits. That is the most important thing. You have to be very careful that you don't hurt yourself beyond a certain point. As in, okay, so for example, when you're practicing screaming, right? When you feel tired, that's okay. But if you feel like your voice is changing, it's turning hoarse, you're probably doing it wrong. So that is when you gotta probably stop.